Hello, everyone. Navy. Yes, clicky noise. I was clicking. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was in a real rush to get up here tonight. But we're here. The demo is now a full game. And I'm very excited for it. I think it's still on sale on Steam right now, if you want to grab it. As Max may have demonstrated that they just bought this game tonight, like 10 minutes ago. I'm reading your mind and your Steam profile, Max. One or the other. If my mic is loud, tell me. I think I might have fucked with it by accident. If my mic is not the right volume, tell me. Also, looks like nothing from the demo carried over, so we begin anew. A smidge louder, okay. How's this? Potential job in Koslovka. I've read your articles. I think you can notice what others miss. You're thorough and, more importantly, careful. That's what I need. I've granted you limited access to the database. It holds more than enough if you know where to look. Hold on, is the bones cam? Okay. We're good. And we have database instructions. Use hyperlinks to navigate around the database. Drag the right words to the report. When you are satisfied with the conclusions, submit the findings to me. I will review them. Where's my report? Here it is. Ah. 1991 to 1995. I wonder how accurate that is as a... Oh, that's good. I like that. That's funny. Okay, sorry. We'll play the game. I'm just looking. Koslovka, I'm guessing, is a small town located in the eastern region of Zarnava. Nestled at the edge of the... Fuck. Bones gave me like a pronunciation guide for this, and I really tried to commit it to memory, and it would not stay. Bilowieza? Bilowieza? Zarnar? Zarnar, yeah. The town boasts its agricultural achievements with incredibly fertile soil. Koslovka was founded in 1887 and survived significant challenges during German occupation during World War II and the later Soviet influence. So yeah, hey, give me that back. Koslovka is a quiet town in Zarnava. I don't know why I'm saying nar. Arnar. Beside the Bilowieza forest, a vibrant woodland with a very distinct ecosystem. At the heart of the forest, a tall tree stands proud that locals refer to as the Draken Oak. I'm willing to bet. Okay. On the topic of game demos, have you guys seen the demo for the new Tomodachi Life game? Oh my god. I was so worried that I'd play the demo and I'd be like, oh, the spark's gone. I don't have the same love for this that I did when I was younger. But then I went and played the demo, and it's like, it maybe took me half an hour, and I was grinning ear to ear the whole time. I was so excited. I don't know if that's gonna make it to stream. Max, do you want me to stop reading it, and then you can still listen to me? The first time, the demo. Yeah, I don't really know how I can make this something you can watch, you can enjoy, while enjoying the game yourself. Forbidden Solitaire. What do you mean? Oh, I see. Okay. Anyhow. You're putting this on me? I'm getting assigned homework? Hold on, hold on. I'll open up Steam again. Do I have that demo downloaded? Did I put it in my thing, or is this... I do have that demo. Okay. No, I do. I put it in my library, and then I thought, I don't know if I want to play this or not, because it might ruin it for me. I haven't played it yet. But yeah. About Tomodachi Life. Living the dream. That might make it to stream. I'm not sure yet. I'm tempted, but like... I don't know. The problem is, I think it's fun to have my me. But my me, I mean, it doesn't look like me, but like, it looks a little bit like me. I can't let you guys know that I wear glasses. And that my me still has blue hair despite me not having dyed my hair for years. Speaking of years, sorry, I'm not playing this game. But speaking of years, my dad emailed or texted me today and let me know that he found he still has the original email from when I bought Minecraft in 2012. So I know the exact birthday of my Minecraft account now. That's interesting. I got him to forward me the email. The funnier thing, he sent me a picture of the email like in his inbox and he hadn't read it. Alright. Video game time. Thriving blank business, one which boasts bountiful harvests and provides food sustainability. That has gotta be agricultural. Oh, right, there's a map. What's the map? How's the map? How do I map? Hey, Bones. 1 second. Sorry about that. I thought that someone was knocking on my door on behalf of my cat. Bones, I would love for this to be the Tomodachi Life demo, but I am unfortunately a little bit... For the way that I will be playing it, demos are hard to get a hold of, as it were. Max, what do you mean now? Percy has knocked for himself forever. He scratches my door and yells. But I thought that there was somebody on the other side knocking for him. Yeah, I would love to play the demo on stream. I'm probably gonna play that game on stream. I'm just gonna have... I don't know. I guess I'm just not gonna have my me on there. I'm gonna have... I kinda started making... Because, like, the me creator is so... unlimited in that game. I started making a cactus person, and then I was like, this is... That's a bit much for now. And so I kind of gave up a little. And then I put... spoilers for the Tomodachi Life demo, I guess. But part of the thing with the me creator is you can do face paint, which includes stamps. So I put... But there's only like a couple of stamps that you get from the get-go, so I put, my own me's face onto that me. It's just like a little face tattoo right in the corner, right by their hairline, but not really their hairline because they had like a... not quite a mohawk, a faux hawk. Hold on, I have an image of them somewhere. I don't know if it's an image I can put on stream. Well, I know it was a picture I took of the screen. Hey, Matic, welcome in. Oh yeah, I can use this. Can I? I can't. Okay. Also, yeah, Bones, I hope we get to do something like that too. I don't know, I need to be able to get rid of the kids of my Miis, but I don't want to just, like, delete them. The traveling was a really good thing for that. They got to go out into the world. I didn't have to just eradicate them. Where'd that go? Come down here. Sorry, the handles are enormous. Here they are. Here's Big Man. They have no eyes, eyebrows, or nose. And they are looking at a weak-looking elastic band, which you can just give them, like, objects as gifts, and I wanted to know what they would do with it, and so I, like, went and looked in their house, and that's just sitting out there looking at it. And every so often talking to themselves, saying, oh my gosh, a weak-looking elastic band, I'm blushing. And I really liked that. Anyway, we're playing a video game, if you can believe it. Alright, well if Matic is here, and Max really wants me to play something else, I guess we could, for a little bit, play just a touch of Minesweeper. Hold on. Where's my thing? I got rid of a bunch of the... Like, I actually went through and sorted all of my things. I haven't played Minesweeper in a bit. You can see I've barely done any of my quests. I've barely done anything. Oh, actually, hold on. Tools... Oh, OBS, what the heck? There we go, big cursor. You got a PvP PB of 82 today, hell yeah, good job. I am going to play Lost Wiki Koslovka tonight, Max, I'm gonna play a little bit of Minesweeper first. Let's try and do some intermediate games in a row, shall we? And I'm just gonna keep the game soundtrack playing. We're gonna have a stream for everyone tonight. Yeah, I kind of burned through all my talking points very quickly tonight. I had the few things to bring up. You've been playing a lot, nice. I am gonna have to do something to celebrate my Minecraft account's birthday now. May 19th, if you wanna... Did I talk about the movie? I didn't talk about the movie. I went and saw Project Hail Mary. And I don't want to talk about the movie because the movie is new enough that if people in my chat haven't seen it, I want them to go watch it before they hear about it from me. It's a very good movie. Very, very good movie. I highly, highly recommend it. This is the space one. It is based on a book written by the author of The Martian, which is another very good movie. Oh man, it's such a good movie. I had a really... Motherfucker. I had a really good time watching it. I went to see it with my siblings. And I'm gonna hold my tongue for all other comments. Come ask me again next week, maybe. Possibly longer. I mean, movies are a pain in the ass. Okay, I will talk about some things. First off, in this day and age, and it really felt like we were getting somewhere with it for a bit, and then a bunch of movie executives got scared and we backtracked hard. Why are we still doing a goddamn movie theater, and then once it's out of theaters, it's just, you can't watch it anywhere for a few weeks? Why are we still doing that? I hate it. It kills all hype for a movie for me. It's like, I don't want to see this in theaters, but it'll be out on home whatever soon. And then it's not. You just can't get it anywhere. The other thing, though, is I would recommend actually going to this in theaters. If you, like, want to see this movie at all, I do recommend going to a theater for it, because there are moments of, like, contemplative silence that I just think... Like, there's a bunch of things, and I've seen it come up with theater a lot, where specifically the stage portrays loneliness the best. And I agree with that sentiment, but I think that a theater like that is one of the best places to watch a movie that has some quiet moments in it. Because there is very little that home experience can do to reproduce the feeling of, like, a giant room that is completely dead silent. It is a very good feeling. That alone made it worth seeing in theaters for me. I think that that is a reason to see it in theaters. However, most of the time I am not about that. I don't know. I like movie theaters, but I don't like them as an exclusivity thing. They kind of annoy me. Anyway, I can actually read chat now. You complete an L2 nightmare every day for the coins. Damn, Matic, the last time we talked about Minesweeper, I feel like you said you weren't playing that much. Was that my 3? It is. Woo. I gotta be honest, I don't like the spin events. They're not for me. I feel like I just end up getting a bunch of quests that I don't want to do. It's not gambling is the thing. It's just like, here's a chance to do something that you actually enjoy in this game. However, you're probably going to spin getting assigned homework you don't like. And it's like, well, why would I do that? I'm playing this game to have fun. I was trying for a bit there to, like, actually pick up on some efficiency tactics, but boy, I lost it real quick. I lost the thread so fast. I was trying too. I had a few games where I did pretty good, and then, like, it's so slow. It's like I'm clearing a minefield or something. Okay, let's see here. I guess I'm not doing win streak anymore anyway. 2, 3, 4. And then you spin arena and get to complete level 3 efficiency arena. Ugh. God, I feel like my internet's been shit today. Stream looks fine, though. Oh. Sorry, I just realized I was, like, screwing with the settings, and I don't know if I ever went back to what I meant it to be. You feel like everybody is saying that? Saying what? Oh, my internet's been shit today? Is the internet just shitty worldwide today? Is that what's going on? That's lame. When they said the World Wide Web even, I didn't think they meant that. In North America. Alright, well, at least that's a little bit more restrained. That's another thing I did recently. I read a whole book in a day. This is, however, because I'm doing nothing else with my time. Worldwide Wet. That's called an ocean. It's called the ocean. It's worldwide. Except it's not, because we have 2 big ones. But yeah, I finished a whole book yesterday. Almost a whole book. I started it the day before. But it was the other novel by Andy Weir called Artemis. And man, it was a reread, but I barely remembered anything in that book, and for some reason I remember there being a lot more welding in it than there actually was. And I don't really know why that stuck with me specifically, but it's one body of water. See, I was going to say something like that, but I'm not confident enough in my geography knowledge to, like, say that. I was gonna say, like, I feel like it probably connects somewhere. But if I was wrong, that'd be silly, and I'd look like a fool. So I didn't. What's everybody else been up to? It's all connected. It's just like they say. How many more of these do I have to win? One more, okay. But yeah, Matic, I honestly might just wait for next season to properly get back into Minesweeper because, man, this season's event is just drag. It's just a drag. And I realize I'm saying that while playing Minesweeper, but, like, puts on tinfoil hat. That's a good one. Big Water is trying to tell us there's 5 separate waters. Big Water. What I have been playing a lot of recently is Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Motherfucker. I've been playing that. I have it on my 3DS, but boy, it doesn't control super well on the 3DS. It also doesn't control super well on the Switch, to be honest, so not a huge improvement, but it's a little better. I might actually finish the game now. I need to slow down. I'm a little rusty right now. I'm not going to be doing any PvP tonight because I'm going to lose hard. Old game does not control so well. Okay, but the thing is that Luigi's Mansion, the original, controls great for a GameCube game. However, fixed camera 3D games do not control well, just as a rule. And you know what's most infuriating? The third one controls great. They did figure it out. It just had to wait one more game. So yeah, I'm working my way through it. I'm fighting it. That boss, the first boss, kind of kicked my butt for a while, and I maybe had to look up a walkthrough, but I'm not above that. I'm pretty sure I ended up looking up a walkthrough for fucking Puppet Lady. I don't think it told me anything I didn't already know, but I did look it up. Not Lysaxia. 3D games where you can't control the camera is so infuriating to me. I know, right, Navy? And it's like they want you to look around these rooms, and how am I supposed to look around these rooms when I can't turn the goddamn camera? God, why can't I think of her name now? I spent like 7 hours fighting her. Markiona, thank you. I don't know, my brain was getting really stuck on Lysaxia, but she was the other very difficult boss fight. Although I liked her fight a hell of a lot more. She was very difficult, but I enjoyed that fight much more. While fighting Markiona, literally just constantly, I was thinking, man, I wish I was fighting Romeo right now instead. That's like, that fight in and of itself is gonna get me to do New Game Plus. Romeo fight is so good. I gotta play more Lies of P. Loss of P. They should Hollow Knight Halls of Gods, the bosses of Lies of P. You tried playing Super Mario 64 and just couldn't do it? Ugh. Is the DS version any better? Have you played it, Navy? I remember really enjoying the DS game. Navy, have they done daylight savings for you yet? I guess Europe. It seems like you guys do it. I forgot I had the big cursor up. I look over at my chat and I can see my little OBS window in the corner. Ah, big cursor. I guess I could use big cursor for Lost Wiki Koslovka too. It's a cursory game. It hasn't yet. When do you guys do it? I'm so tired of daylight savings. I want just it to stop being here. Sunday, you think, probably? My calendar doesn't say. It told me about all the Welsh holidays, but no European daylight savings, apparently. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, nothing. I've been doing a lot of cooking recently, and I'm not enjoying myself. Alrighty, see you later, Max. We are probably going to be playing more Lost Wiki after I finish this game. And will do. Oh yeah, Matic. Isn't it an unreasonable hour for you, currently? I hope they're asleep. Yes, yeah. Well, apparently you are not asleep. Oh my goodness. Where next? Oh, easy. Easy peasy. Slovenia, 4 in the morning. Yikes. What are you doing up at this hour? Minesweeper and watching Twitch. Fair enough. Okay. So last stream, I, like, sat with all of my streaming stuff still open for a while after stream ended, just because I was talking with Corey and Fish. And still playing the game. And I got, like, 2 bots while I was fully offline. And it's like, my goodness, these things are incessant. I've never even gotten them while offline before. I didn't know that could happen. Okay, that is a fair amount. Oh, I should have fucking refreshed that. Okay, what have we got for an arena? Let's do a hardcore no guessing. Okay, so here's an actual thing I've been up to. I've been trying to get off of my phone a bit more. Because I spend too much time scrolling Tumblr. I think I talked about this not last stream, but the stream before. But I've been trying to kick it. And I've been moderately successful, but what it has led me to is, like, catching up on a lot of things that I meant to watch and just haven't. One of those being The Amazing Digital Circus. And man, the people watching that show. Okay. Let me break down what I'm mad about a little better. Basically, I'm trying to watch these episodes, and, like, I like to read the comments. I like to see what people were saying about the episode. Why are people going back to the old episodes and leaving comments being like, I can't believe this was being foreshadowed here? It's like, say that on the episode it got resolved. Don't just spoil me in the comments for no reason. Ah, it got so annoying. Because it's like, there's a lot to catch up on. And I only actually started watching it because I was scrolling, and I caught myself scrolling, and I was like, okay, just like a little bit more, and then I got like a major spoiler for that show, and I'm like, well, now I have to watch it. Because now I need to know how it gets to that point. So, I mean, major spoilers aren't all bad for me as far as that goes, but still. I like to watch it and come up with my theories as I work through the episodes with everyone. And when people are just saying what happens later in the series in the comments on the episodes, it's like, come on, guys. I'm just trying to enjoy this. I can't be the only person just now catching up. But yeah, it's a better show than I thought it was when I stopped watching. I'll give it that. And I certainly wouldn't tell someone not to watch it, but I don't know if I'd, like, heartily recommend it. I don't know, the music's very good. Gooseworks has amazing music. And I generally like her animation stuff, which is why I went back to watch it, is because I figured... I don't know, maybe it was just a slow couple of episodes that stopped me watching it. And man, the internet sure ran with that show. That's the thing, like, I like to make jokes about getting famous on the internet, but boy, it's a miserable time. I still think I'd enjoy it to a reasonable degree. I'm not saying don't let me get famous on the internet. If you're, like, holding back on telling people about my stream because you think I don't want to be famous, you stop that right now. But I'm guessing that is not the case. Mostly because, like, I can't think of a conversation I've had with someone where I've recommended a Twitch streamer. Although I don't really watch Twitch streamers all that often anymore. Can I try expert efficiency? I can try. I will fail, but I can try. I'm also in an arena right now, so I should probably, like, get moving. Although it is an easy arena, it's hardcore no guessing, so just keep a level head and we're fine. I got time. Yeah, very true. There's a new Joshua Burnside album out. It came out while I was streaming the other night. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Ugh, it's really sad. Hey, Stump. Welcome in. Max wanted me to say hi to you when you showed up, so Max says hi. We are playing Lost Wiki Koslovka as soon as I finish this arena and then also try expert efficiency. Hold on, I have enough time for this. I'm gonna take a screenshot of your message and send it to Max. Alrighty. Come on. In fact, that is the music playing in the background right now is Lost Wiki Koslovka, because I just kept the game open. You don't think you've ever recommended a streamer to anyone before? I don't know how that would even come up. I've definitely recommended people YouTubers before. But yeah, I can't think of a time I would have recommended a streamer to someone. Mostly because I just feel like Twitch streaming is a very niche thing. Like, I don't watch it personally, is the problem. I think if I watched more streamers, maybe I would have the impression that more people watch Twitch. But as of right now, I kind of have the impression that a lot of people don't have time to catch live streams. Then again, I'm still here doing it, and you guys are still here watching, so apparently there's people out there. They just all happen to be in time zones where it's like 4 a.m. That is very funny to me that I've, like, because I already stream at a really awful time for people in my own time zone. It's late, there's nobody awake by the time I'm done streaming. But it's kind of hilarious to me that my regular chat members here, it's like, it is fully the middle of the night for you guys. I sure appreciate it. Max said, hi, Stump. No, it's morning, technically. Okay, you got me there. Technically, it is morning. Officially afternoon. Okay, see there? That's a little better. It's officially afternoon for Stump. It is, in fact, a reasonable time for Stump to watch a Twitch stream. Stump is my only reasonable time zone. I don't know, I also feel like afternoon is kind of a weird time too. That's the middle of the day. But then you start questioning, like, when is a reasonable time to watch a Twitch stream? I don't know if it exists. That's one of those things where it's like, boy, it was terrible and I never want to go back, but people sure had a lot of free time during COVID. I mostly say that because of how many streamers, like, got their start during that, just because so many people were home with nothing to do. Hey, Team Worm, welcome in. Is it somewhere between 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. for you? That's a very big window. Long time no see, man. I don't know. I just know that when I'm raiding out, there's never anyone live. There's Australians and New Zealanders, and that's it. That's not no one, but it is a very limited subset considering that I am in North America. You streamed back in 2015 but thought Twitch was already too saturated? Oh, it is horribly too saturated. You're 100% right. But I do it because I like to talk. I like to talk, I like to play video games. I'm honestly not that pressed about getting famous or making money off of it. In fact, currently there is no way for you guys to give me money. And Navy, we've talked about this before, and I don't remember if I ever told you how that resolved, but I went and tried to set up, like, the Stream Elements tipping thing, and it basically just kicked me into, like, a menu loop of, oh, this isn't working right now, try this, and just going around in a circle for a very long time. So I gave up. Stream Elements does not want you guys to tip me, so the universe said no. Man, streaming is such a weird thing. Alright, done with the arena. Okay. Matic is making me do, well, not making me, but asking me to try and do expert efficiently. Okay. Let's see if I can remember any of my efficiency knowledge. Teamworm, feel free to point and laugh. Okay. There's a bomb here. Jesus. Oh yeah, Teamworm. What do you think of the big cursor? Do you like how it covers half of the board? You're not an effer? Alright, well, feel free to suffer with us then. I am certainly not an effer. I am pure cluelessness when it comes to this. Okay, there's a mine here, which means there's one in these four, which means there's one here. So there's a bomb here and here. So these two are free. I should give it a color. What color should I make it? Top left is good chord? That's only 3 though. Unless I guess. And I didn't get lucky. Okay, I'm starting a new game. That one sucked. The guy in your Minesweeper team got the 6th best intermediate efficiency yesterday. That's nuts. Hold on. I don't like leaving games unfinished. I had to end it. Okay. Yeah, Minesweeper team also. That's awesome. There's 2 here. Okay. We're slowing down. There's 2 here. This is complete. Putting the flags is the same as just clearing these spots, but putting the flags will also let me chord in other places. There's one here, one here. So that's clear and these are clear, so this is one. Started as a joke, was briefly a real thing that people cared about, then became the Minesweeper Discord number 2. Solid. So this one's mines are here and here. I'm not playing this efficiently. I'm just playing it slowly. This is a mine, right here. Can I do anything with that? I think... Darn. So it's this is a mine, and that's fine. So there's a mine in here. There's no mine here. Or here. This looks like torture. It is torture, Navy, don't worry. Okay, I give up. Efficiency out the window, I tried. It just doesn't work in my brain. Stump, I know you can do it, and I don't know how. I've watched the efficiency players. Everyone just says, oh, watch a high... Motherfucker. Watch a high efficiency player. And I do, and it's like they're doing magic. They're doing close-up magic up there. I don't know why I started a new game. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're going to go back to Lost Wiki Koslovka. No more big cursor, normal-sized cursor. Okay. Actually, before we do that... We're going back. This is a great day for big cursor haters. You watched Cryogen play big... Nope. Efficiency player make a guide challenge impossible. Yeah. You watched Cryogen today play F, and he was solving so fast. Okay, I'm actually gonna play a little bit more. Because we have 4 minutes till my break. So, I might as well play it out. And then I'll swap categories when I get back. She, already. Cryo is nuts, good for her. That's the other thing, like, man, the Minesweeper community seems cool, but I'm not quite crazy enough about it, you know? Navy, I fear this is the same conversation we have had multiple times. Wherein you say, I shouldn't be hanging out with the people who can solve Rubik's Cubes blindfolded, I've only done it once. Chicago Regionals probably end of this summer, just show up. I am so sorry, man, but I cannot go to the States right now. This is, unfortunately, a bad time to travel to the States. And if I were going, it would not be to Chicago. I have other people there I'd like to visit first. But maybe someday. That would be an extremely cool experience. How could I maintain my being a faceless streamer if I show up in person at Minesweeper Regionals? Guess I could wear a mask. I guess lots of people wear masks to things like that. Like, I would wear a mask anyway. I'm still quite COVID conscious, but like a real proper prop mask, you know? I have often thought I should make one of those for, like, IRL streams or something. But I am so devoid of branding. Again, maybe someday I'll figure out how I want to brand my streams, but as of now, we've got the very basic... I guess my train noises are a brand right now. But that's not really visual. I can't exactly make a mask out of train noises. Although I do wish I could. What's that? Alright. Okay. This is no guessing. So let's not guess. Better yet, it's break time. We'll do this, and then we'll swap categories. Alright. BRB. Alrighty. Stick a speaker to your face and have it constantly playing train noises. Problem solved. It's a good idea, Navy. Don't know why I didn't think of it. Alright, what are we doing? There's one here, and an indeterminate number here. Dastardly thing. Okay, different approach. One here. These three must contain 2 bombs between them. There's so much cat hair on my face because there's a kitty cat here. I just realized the big cursor does go over him. Pet. Anyway. You're not missing anything in the corner. Oh my goodness. Okay, is it a mind counting thing? I hope not. 3, 4, 5? Oh. Or I can't count. I've been playing a new game called Proverbs, right? And it was that game I was talking about where it's like, it's a super huge puzzle. So it takes like 30 hours to solve the whole thing, but it's just basically one puzzle. And it has me seriously considering if I have the ability to count to 9. Because boy, I keep fucking it up. Okay, anyway. One here, one here. Hold on. 1, 3. I can't get any more information than that, can I? 1, 2, 3 again. Okay. So in here, there's 1 bomb. You don't think you remember me talking about this, but it sounds interesting. It's a really neat game. It's kind of Minesweeper-esque. It's a little bit more, freeform, I guess. You have to mark both the light and the dark cells. I don't know. The rule set is not my favorite, but it was pretty cheap on sale, so I'm not really complaining. Okay. I put 1 here. There still has to be 1 down here, meaning that this 2 must be satisfied up there. Boy, that was some good logic there. I liked that. Beautiful. Okay, let's play the game that we're here for. I almost turned off my game capture entirely. Not quite. Okay. Hey. Okay. Video game time. So we have the first report done. I think we had like a few reports in the demo. Koslovka is a quiet town in Zarnava. It is beside the Bieloweza forest, a vibrant woodland with a distinct ecosystem. At the heart of the forest, a tall tree stands proud, that the locals refer to as the Draken Oak. The town itself has a thriving agriculture business, one which boasts bountiful harvests and provides food sustainability. We have a new email. Need more than this. You've found something, but not enough. If you want to keep going, you'll need to understand where this place began. Look for patterns and connections. The flowchart is a tool, not a solution. Follow the threads, not the labels. Okay. Now, I get to chart. How do I chart? Where's my chart? Whoa. Redacted bypass. Enter your system code followed by the local area code. Yeah, I don't think I have that yet. Whoa, no, don't. Go back. Settings. Red ghosting. I don't want the hint system. This is probably killing my bit rate, but I'm gonna keep it anyway, because I like it. Okay. There it is. Flowchart. There's a concept in cubing you can use sometimes which involves seeing how many edges are oriented correctly, and there's always an even number of those, yet whenever I count them, I frequently manage to get 5 or 7. Yeah. It is amazing how little I can count. Anyway. Koslovka is most known for its agricultural achievements. Their yearly yield supplies around 10% of the food in Zarnava. Their medicinal herbs are also known to be overtly potent. Even with their success, there have been pushes to industrialize their practices, most notably the modern farming initiative proposed in the 90s. Oh, Stump. Percy is here now. Interesting. What am I doing? Report. Engraved on the tree, there are 2 runes, the top being blank and the bottom being blank. The locals clearly hold spiritual beliefs tied to the forest. These beliefs are not unfounded, for there are colonies of blank around the tree. The fungus is likely the cause of the town's agricultural success. You're realizing you spewed some jargon, but you got what I meant? I definitely understood what you meant. I know... I can solve a Rubik's Cube. I can even solve... I don't remember what it's called, but the pyramid one? The triangular prism? Or not prism. Triangular pyramid. Yeah, I can. My dad has a small collection of Rubik's Cubes. Not all of them are very nice. Pyraminx. Not all of them are very nice, but they're nice. They're nice enough. Okay. So we've got some digging to do. First off, let's go to the Byleways of Forest. And now that I'm not thinking about it, I can pronounce this. Symbiotic ergo. Or ergot, even. I don't know. That one's a American-Canadian thing. Don't ask what minx means. It means a very pretty-looking woman, I think. That's not what it means. In this context, I don't think. Not the Netflix show. An impudent, cunning, or boldly flirtatious girl or young woman. That's how a beautiful woman can look like a triangle. So true, Stump. Claviceps symbiotica, symbiotic ergo, is a unique fungus in the Byleways of Forest that relies on a symbiotic relationship with their plant host, the drake and oak. The fungus is known to cause extraordinary fertility of the surrounding land. Dr. Kazimir Ostrovsky was the leading expert in the symbiotic ergot. Although uncommon, it can also be used as a medicinal herb. Okay. So we gotta read about the drake and oak. Quercus dracenensis is drake and oak is a rare and ancient tree in the Byleways of Forest. The carving on the trunk was said to be a pagan tradition to honor the agricultural season. It is protected by the Zarnavan government in 1991 after establishing their independence. The tree is the primary host for the fungus symbiotic ergo. I'm gonna expand this so we have the image. We don't need attachments anymore. And then we're gonna go searching for spirituality. Okay. 1991. For fuck's sake, okay. Excuse me. I just can't speak tonight, apparently. The Zarnavan Cultural Preservation Initiative. Zarneva, Zarnava. If that's what Minx meant, I would be extremely concerned about the number of them I keep stored in boxes. This initiative started in 1991 when Zarnava gained its independence. Its purpose was to preserve sites and documents of cultural significance. See below the list of topics related to the ZCPI, Drake and Oak, Modern Farming Initiative, Slavic Rune Symbols, and Koslovka Town Ledger. We want the rune symbols. Compact women, too. They stack in boxes. Zarnavans have an Eastern Slavic ancestry and formed pagan beliefs, some of which come in the form of runes. Few locals, like the witch, still believe they hold power. Let's read about the witch. Hell yeah. The witch is a local shaman who owns a small shop on Koslovka's High Street. She is most known for her appearance, with her iconic one bloodshot eye. Even as a pillar of Koslovka's culture, there is a decline in the interest for ancient pagan rituals. As a tourist, you can get her signature spiritual chalk. Spiritual chalk is the flagship product of the witch, a local shaman on Koslovka's High Street. It is advertised to be able to commune with the surrounding nature and the souls of those who perished with rune symbols. Traditionally, it is a woman's job to mark sites with rune symbols, as many did in the past. Alright, let me back up. We are looking for these runes here. Heron's Mark. Associated with the god of thunder, this Slavic rune was believed to offer protection against misfortune and ill omens. That's not it. Rodovik. This Slavic rune is linked to family lineage and ancestral blessings, frequently found on household objects. This is not it. Izvini. This Slavic rune is a symbol of forgiveness and peace. It is often used in pagan rituals associated with restless spirits. Zemnia's Cross. This Slavic rune is a symbol of fertility. Tied to bountiful harvests, it is often carved onto tools or boundary stones. That's our top one. If I get any more, I'm gonna need the mathematicians to calculate the optimal packing for 17 beautiful women. Do you currently have 16 pyraminxes? Twin Glyph. The two interwoven lines represent duality, growth and decay, renewal and remembrance. Some rural communities believe that this Slavic rune was a symbol of transition rather than an end. Alright. Engraved on the tree, there are two runes, the top being Zemnia's Cross and the bottom being Twin Glyph. The locals clearly hold spiritual beliefs tied to the forest. These beliefs are not unfounded, for there are colonies of symbiotic ergo around the tree. The fungus is likely the cause of the town's agricultural success. Thank you. Apologize for being cautious. I need to know you are the right person for the job. I haven't been fully honest with you. This isn't just research. Somebody I cared about disappeared in the early 90s. Official records are incomplete and inconsistent. Most stopped asking. I didn't. Puzzles with the suffix minx. How many minx puzzles are there out there? Why are there so many minx puzzles? In the 1990s, there were a string of disappearances, most notably. Let's find out. The town ledger will probably get us somewhere. Never mind. The Modern Farming Initiative. The Modern Farming Initiative was proposed by Mayor Jan Dragunov in 1991 to revise Koslovka's agricultural practices. It was approved by the Zarnavian government after achieving independence in the same year. The proposal involved Dr. Kazimir Otrovsky, who was invited to the town to undergo research. The proposal was ultimately scrapped in 1992. You're making a reference to optimal packing of 17 squares into a larger square? No, I got the reference, Navy, don't worry. I was just hoping you happened to own 16 minx puzzles. Navy, have you seen the waffle that is the square packing? The 17 square packing pattern? It's so funny. I'm looking it up now, hold on. It's so beautiful. Somebody had to make this. Okay, I'm closing this. Oh, back to the video game. If you want to count them. Dr. Kazimir Ostrovsky. This article has been modified from an earlier entry. The waffle is so funny if I understand what you're talking about. It is, I think you got it. Dr. Kazimir Ostrovsky is a Russian mycologist who specialized in the study of rare fungi. He moved to Zarnava and dedicated most of his 30-year career to studying the symbiotic ergo. He was invited to Koslovka as part of the modern farming initiative, primarily researching the ecosystem in the Bieloweza forest. Alright, that wasn't one who disappeared, I don't think. Jan Dragunov. This article has been modified from an earlier entry. Ooh. Jan Dragunov is the current mayor of Koslovka. He came into mayorship after he superseded his father, Attila Dragunov, in 1992. He was best known for proposing the Modern Farming Initiative, in which he invited Dr. Kazimir Ostrovsky to Koslova to undergo research. Attila Dragunov. This article has also been modified. Attila Dragunov was the mayor of Koslovka from 1945 to 1992. He was best known for establishing the Koslovka police force and his affection for bison. Aw. There we go. You disappeared. He was superseded by his son, Jan Dragunov, when he mysteriously vanished as a part of the tragedy commonly known as the 90s disappearance. 15 people vanished from Koslovka over the course of 2 months in the summer of 1992. Most notably, Attila Dragunov was among the missing, as well as one non-local. The investigation led by Jan Dragunov ran cold after a year, having found only a few items from several victims. This was the most recent tragedy that the town had to endure. Koslovka tragedies, passcode required. No luck. So I'm guessing, most notably, Attila Dragunov. And this is the symbol. We already did this. Yeah, we already went through this. They disappeared in the Bieloweza forest. Because that's the symbol there. And then it was the Modern Farming Initiative, which I think he disappeared. But I feel we should maybe run down the links a little better before I say that definitively. We can't get into the tragedies. Dragunov family. Oh, wait. Turns out you have 13. Date of Winter Festival. Okay. From 1941 to 1944, Koslovka was occupied by the Germans and was a main source of food supply for the battalions occupying that region. In June 1944, a huge offensive was launched, cornering the Nazis in the Bieloweza forest. Dozens of lives were lost to the forest, which ended in a Soviet victory. Afterwards, Zarnava declared independence in 1991. Okay. I don't think we can get into the town ledger. Medicinal herbs. Ironically, due to Koslovka's incredibly fertile soil, this is going to lead us to agriculture, yes. The medicinal herbs grown in the area are too potent for use and are not approved by the government. You have 15, even better, Navy. You just need to get 2 more. However, some locals vouch for their effectiveness, such as the local pharmacist, another Dragonov, Mstislav? Dr. Mstislav Dragonov, and the witch, although she advocates more for its use in ancient pagan rituals. Dr. Mstislav Dragonov is an accomplished medical doctor and the local pharmacist of Koslovka. He was the first to formulate a medicine using the local colony of symbiotic ergo. No one has been able to replicate his success. He is a vocal advocate of using Koslovka's medicinal herbs for nationwide medical use. Alright. So I still don't really feel like we've proved Dr. Casimir disappeared, but we know that the Modern Farming Initiative was scrapped in 1992. And his disappearance seems like the only one that would have caused it. In the 1990s, there were a string of disappearances, most notably Attila Dragonov. Dr. Kazimir Otrovsky was also a victim of the disappearance. It was because of this that the Modern Farming Initiative was scrapped. The victims' belongings were found in the Bilowieza forest, which is where they were presumed to have met their ends. I just realized how we're supposed to know that is, Dr. Casimir's glasses were some of the belongings found. Dig deeper. I can't believe they were so close to the town. This changes a lot of things. I need you to investigate further. By now you must have tried to access our tragedy page. We don't normally show this to the public, but I will make an exception. Access request approved. Request for access. Dear Volha, thank you for contacting the town hall. After considering your close relationship with the governing bodies, your request to access the article Koslovka Tragedies has been approved. Below is a one-time code to access the page. 7328. Regards, Koslovka Town Hall Management. Okay. Tragedies. I don't remember what it was. 7328. I wonder what happens if you get that early. For an uneventful town, Koslovka has had a fair share of tragedies throughout its history. See below the list of notable incidents. Alright. For a small town, Koslovka has had its fair share of tragedies. Among them, these are the tragedies that coincide with sudden spikes in Koslovka's agricultural yield, from earliest to latest. Okay. I know what we need to do. We need the agriculture page. We need this image, because this has the spikes by year. And then we need to go back to tragedies. There are puzzles that people don't agree on the name of. That's interesting. Okay, so the 90s disappearances is one. And that's the latest we have information on. And also, I think it's supposed to be 1995 right now. Summer Plague. This article has been modified. Ooh. In August 1990, an unusual wave of deaths spread across the town. Most victims had pre-existing medical conditions and were found deceased in their homes. Postmortems revealed unidentified fungal matter within the bloodstream. Suspected first to be a fast-moving contagion, the tragedy ended as suddenly as it began. Alright. Animal killings. In 1965... there's a little bit of a bump there, but nothing crazy. A tragedy occurred when the locals were reported their pets missing to the authorities. It was revealed that dozens of animals were found mutilated at the foot of the Draken Oak. Although the investigation was quickly resolved, the bodies were proven difficult to retrieve due to them decaying at a faster rate in the soil. Well, that's fucked up. Battle of the Forest. 1941 to 1944. That looks about right. In June 1944, a huge offensive was launched, cornering the Nazis in the Bialowieza Forest. Dozens of lives were lost to the forest, which ended in a Soviet victory. I see what you're getting at here. And Festival Massacre. In 1892, close enough, dozens of locals were killed during the Winter Festival. The culprit was caught murdering festival attendees in front of the Draken Oak. When cornered, the culprits slit their own throat and joined their victims at the foot of the tree. This is the earliest tragedy recorded in Koslovka. You can't count. Yeah. Winter Festival. The Winter Festival occurs every year on the 15th December. The festival celebrated the hardship between the people endured throughout the year. Wives would take up their husbands' tools as a sign of kinship and equal footing. The holiday is no longer celebrated since the massacre in 1892. So that's the Draken Oak with only one symbol on it. But there was another page we couldn't access until we had the Winter Festival date, which is 1512. So let's look at the Dragonov family. Koslovka was founded by Bohdan Dragonov and Alina Dragonova. Story goes that their love guided them to this plot of land in hopes of starting anew as a family. A memorial was erected to honor the family, which includes a quote that reads, "For the loss of a few, there is still many." Bohdan Dragonov was a founding member of Koslovka. Originally a carpenter, his career shifted to farming after having their first child, who was born sickly. He was famous for being a terrible farmer, but nevertheless persevered. He was always devout to his wife, and had famously said to have borrowed her strength in times of need. Alina Dragonova was a founding member of Koslovka. She was incredibly spiritual and set up the Winter Festival as her way of celebrating her husband's crops. The festival attracted dozens of people whose families make up Koslovka today. She was always devout to her husband and was known in the community to set everything aside for the sake of her family. No links on this page. Alright. For a small town, Koslovka has had its fair share of tragedies. Among them, these are the tragedies that coincide with sudden spikes in Koslovka's agricultural yield, from earliest to latest. Festival Massacre, Battle of the Forest, and 90s disappearances. Coincidentally, all these tragedies were committed in the Bialowieza Forest. Your findings have been more than helpful. They're disturbing. This pattern we're uncovering, it's not random. Someone knew, someone let it happen. You must have redacted bypass installed in your system, like any good journalist. It's been a while since it's been prohibited by the government, so here's a refresher on how to access it. In order to enable redacted bypass, you must first have your system code. You can find this on your computer system. Then you will need the local area code of the city you'd like to bypass. You can find these in all addresses. Okay, do I have an address? By chance. My system code is 342. And I need a local area code. This is definitely past what we did in the demo. Although I don't think it maps one-to-one, which is good. 342. Local area code of the city you'd like to bypass. You can find these in all addresses. Oh, the letter. 451. 342451. And then we need to go... Redacted bypass. 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2. 4, 5, 1. Redacted bypass. Welcome to the redacted bypass. With this program, you can access data from articles that has been previously modified by local authorities. Insert the article name to continue. Ah. The modified articles. I see. I wish we had this program IRL. I mean, Wikipedia's got a history section. There was... I wanted to look at the Modern Farming Initiative, but that hasn't been changed. I guess we'll see him. Talented mycologist went missing during his time in Koslovka. When the mycology community asked for the research in the forest, the local government refused to release it due to sensitive information. Okay. I think we want Jan Dragunov then? Jan was infamous for being vocal about his disapproval of the use of symbiotic ergo. After the plague, he launched the Modern Farming Initiative with the primary goal of phasing out the fungus from use. Okay. That's... no. Other way around. I think we want the witch now? No. Based on this, the tragedy that the brief is talking about is the Summer Plague, which has been modified. So let's check out the Summer Plague. The victims were frequent patrons of Dr. Mstislav Dragunov, who regularly complained that standard medicine would not help people with such long-standing medical conditions. After a swift investigation, the police said there was no correlation. I don't think that's fully true. Good. He announced a more potent version of his medicine in 1989, but failed safety tests in the subsequent year. It was not approved by the government. So I'm just making some leaps in logic here. But we're going to find... Where's... Hey. How do I get here? So after the government's disapproval of their product, Dr. Mstislav Dragunov caused the tragedy the Summer Plague. Because of this, Jan Dragunov proposed the Modern Farming Initiative to abandon any uses of the symbiotic ergo. I just read this. Family ties. Mstislav is a good man. I knew his ambition would get to him. To think he risked innocent lives. I may have found something that is of use. What's inside is sensitive. Handle it accordingly. I'll continue digging around for more material. Also, we're being contacted by Lysenko V. I feel like I haven't read that out yet. To whom it may concern. As you may know, it has been 3 months since our mayor went missing. He was dear to our hearts, but alas, we must come together and continue running the town. The control of the Koslovka police force and its public database will be transferred to his son, Jan Dragunov, as he will be taking the reins as mayor of the town. With that, the passcode to the town ledger has been changed. It is now the heading code of the town hall. Thank you everyone for your patience. Regards, Koslovka Police Force. Okay. We have the heading code of the town hall. Hold on. No, redacted bypass. Heading code is the second number. NW6. Okay, I'm missing something. Okay. Passcode to the town ledger has been changed. It is now the heading code of the town hall. Redacted bypass here is teaching me what the heading code is. Oh, I see. North is 0, northeast is 45, east is 90, southeast is 135. So they're gonna make me do math, I see. We are northwest 6. So that would be... Whoops. Oh god, what would that be? East, southeast, so south would be 180. West would be 270? No. Yes, 270 plus 45 would be 315, I think. We did it. Koslovka Town Ledger. This ledger details the families that govern the town of Koslovka. See below the list of family members. Attila and Mstislav we know. Lilia Volha we haven't seen before. We've seen Lilia Dragunova. This article's been modified, okay. Lilia Dragunova, I don't know how that works, is the adoptive elder sister of Attila and Mstislav Dragunov, although she acted more as a caregiver to the two boys, rather than a sibling. Not much is known about her besides the reports of her eccentric personality. In 1965, the Dragunov family announced that she had run away, though no investigation was held. So she's the witch. Making a big leap, I know, but I'm confident. Volha Dragunova is the mother of Jan Dragunov. She was a proud mother and adamantly supported Jan's mayorship after her husband's disappearance. Although she no longer uses their last name, she still has close connections with the family. Okay. Have we seen another Volha? Ah. We're talking to her, actually. Okay. Good to know. Redacted bypass. Let's read about Lilia. Accusing her of being a witch without substantial evidence? How 17th century of you. Her brother Mstislav pursued medicine after being inspired by her childhood stories of being sickly, one of which damaged her eye, although it was more of a morbid fascination of her condition than a drive to help. Okay, that doesn't help me. That's gonna be the Draken Oak again. And I assume it's gonna be the twin glyph, because we saw the tree without the twin glyph. But what tragedy did the witch cause? I'm gonna guess animal killings? Yes, 1965, the year after she ran away. The year she ran away. Found mutilated at the foot of the Draken Oak. Guess we should look at this image and see if there's anything else. Just the town hall stamp. Animal killings. Something is not correct. Damn. Okay. Witch's true name is Lilia Dragunova. They were responsible for the tragedy animal killings. Fairly confident in that. They frequently returned to the site of the tragedy to carve the rune, not the twin glyph then. But Zemnia's cross, I will assume. No. Okay. Perhaps I was too hasty in accusing her of being the witch. But I don't think I am. Spiritual chalk. Zircon, my man, are you from the Middle Ages? Okay, so this is probably Lilia carving a rune. So which is the circle? Not Perun, is it Rodovik? No. And the Rodovik isn't on... the Draken Oak, is it? Oh. There's more runes on the Draken Oak. Isvini. There it is. I do love the clicking noises in this game. They are very satisfying. Lovely. Witch's true name is Lilia Dragunova. They were responsible for the tragedy animal killings. They frequently returned to the site of the tragedy to carve the rune Itzvini onto the Draken Oak. Hidden sister. To think that the witch was their sister all along, and to think they had a sister to begin with, it's almost unbelievable. I've found this document hidden in the archives. It felt like it was meant to be buried, like it wasn't meant to be found. I hope it helps with your investigation. Transcript. Tree looks to be centuries old. It can be confirmed there are runes on the tree, however, it isn't in chalk like the pictogram suggests. seems to be carved with some carpenter tool. Remind soldiers not to trample over the area, and be careful of the delicate fungi. They're hard to spot, but they are there. Update. Found a letter, written a few days after the incident. We'll attach it along with these notes. I can't help but notice the year. Blank is responsible for the tragedy blank. They are also responsible for the 2 blank on the blank. The rumors of the tragedy spread across Europe and led to another tragedy. Okay. I'm a little lost here. But I will assume that this is telling me what year I'm looking at. So what tragedy was then? Battle of the Forest? This article has been modified, okay. German documents showed that the occupation was not a simple invasion, but also to investigate an event that happened in the late 1800s. These documents were given to the local police force. Ah. Not the Battle of the Forest. But a different tragedy. The Festival Massacre. There is a disturbing rumor that the killer carved the runes into the Draken Oak as a part of festival traditions. Although not much evidence suggests this, it was speculated to be the reason why the festival is no longer celebrated. Okay, that doesn't help me. There's no image. So those were carved... Where? Okay, here. The Winter Festival has the tree not fully carved yet. So who started the Winter Festival? It was one of the Dragunovs, was it not? The founding ones. That's not helpful. Not Attila. Alina and Bohan, of course. So Alina's page wasn't modified. But was Bohan's? No. How about just the Dragunov family? How about we look at their plaque better? Doesn't say much. Okay. 1887. Koslovka was founded by Bohan and Alina Dragunova. The story goes that their love guided them to this plot of land in hopes of starting anew as a family. There's no other information on that, though. Okay. So the tragedy they're referring to, because Battle of the Forest, we listened to it, they came here as a result of trying to find out more about the Festival Massacre. But we don't know who the culprit is. Okay, how about the Draken Oak page? How about the Symbiotic Ergo page? Where's the 90s disappearances? Yeah, here. This is supposed to be Dr. Casimir's glasses, I believe. And that's right by the forest plaque. So I want to point the blame at Alina, but I have no reason to. Oh. She carved the runes. Alina Dragunova is responsible for the tragedy Festival Massacre. They are also responsible for the 2 Slavic rune symbols on the Drake and Oak. The rumors of the tragedy spread across Europe and led to another tragedy, Battle of the Forest. Conspiracy. This must have been the beginning of it all. I've heard of the legend before, but I always thought it was an old wives' tale to scare me when I was a child. I think we're uncovering a much deeper conspiracy than we thought. Surely someone must have known about all of this. How did these tragedies go unnoticed, unconnected? Okay. So I'm gonna guess that the Dragunov family intentionally led investigations astray. They ousted someone from the family after one of the tragedies, so when did the witch run away? 1965, so that is the animal killings. Volha doesn't seem to have been ousted. What were the other tragedies? What haven't we done anything with? Somehow all the pagan beliefs tend to be spooky and made into horror movies. Not sure why that is. Yeah. I think it's the summer plague. Because it was caused by the doctor. Something is not correct. Well, I've got no idea what. When did the summer plague happen? 1990. Alright. What's not right here? Is it Attila? It could be Attila. He did run the police force. Attila Dragunov intentionally led investigations astray. They ousted Lilia Dragunova from the family after the tragedy Animal Killings and covered up mistakes made by Mstislav Dragunov after the tragedy Summer Plague. You've done enough. I don't think this is a good direction to pursue. You've already done more than enough for the investigation, and your notes have been very helpful. But for now, I'm asking you to stop looking into this. Please, leave it be. Probably some religious propaganda from the past? Absolutely it is. It's interesting to think about how religious beliefs like that are viewed through time. You've been incredibly close. Oh, now I'm sending her a threatening email? Okay, well, yawn. And Volha. This just feels mean. I don't know why I would do this. It's also break time very soon, so something is not correct. You must have been incredibly close to, well, oh, I guess Attila as well. You must have been incredibly close to Attila Dragunov. After all, your real name is Volha Dragunova, is it not? Wrong assumptions. Attila was my husband, he was everything to me. I loved him, and I never imagined he would be involved in whatever this is. I hired you because I wanted to know what happened to him, not to learn he might have had a part in it. I don't know everything he did, but he was always a private man. Please don't assume the worst without proof. Most of this game has been assuming the worst without proof, but I'll take it from here, okay. In any case, I'll be back in 4 minutes, and we will continue assuming the worst without proof. BRB. Alrighty, where'd my video game go? Oh my goodness, Percy. Really? He's just licking himself very loudly. Okay, tragedies. There's a reason why there are so many Koslovka tragedies. Everything traces back to one place, and the roots lead back to the Draken Oak. Nope. The tree is the center of it all, and your husband is a part of it. I just read this, so... Yay, assuming the worst without proof. That's never gone wrong before historically. Finish what we started. We've come too far to stop now. I suppose we have to see this through. I went through his office. I hate doing it. It feels wrong, but something caught my eye. I don't know why he had this or what it means. Maybe you'll understand better than I do. Sorry, Jan, but it is impossible. The land is too reliant on the symbiotic ergo. Without it, we just can't. Maybe decades later something can change, but the damage is too dire. Your proposal will fail. And there's something else. I think I'm being watched. I might know who's behind the recent incidents, but I need to be certain before I say more. I'll explain in person. July 21st, 1992. This is the last letter Attila ever sent, I'm gonna bet. Attila sent a letter to Jan. Can I just have... Where's the page on all of their names? I just want the names. Attila sent a letter to Jan about how the farming initiative will fail. They also knew who was involved in the blank. The 90s disappearances. Perhaps the summer plague instead? No. Sorry, Jan, but it is impossible. To quote a friend of mine, I'm doing fantastically mediocre as always. Not up to much lately, Navy? Okay. I went through his office. I assume he refers to Attila. And this is addressed to Jan. Modern farming initiative will fail. I might know who's behind the recent incidents, but I need to be certain before I say more. Went ice skating outside for the last time this year? Ooh. Nice. How is this not the 90s disappearances? That's too far back. This is a recent... It wasn't even that recent is the thing. 90s disappearances. But in the summer of 1992. Maybe the he being referred to as Jan. In which case it was probably Dr. Casimir. By all reasonable measures, I would say I'm having a bad week, but I'm not really feeling bad about it, so that's good, I guess. Yeah, I've been having a weird week. Stump, your spring may be early, but my spring is not having it. It's just not here. It's so cold, the weather keeps swinging, I keep getting migraines, it sucks. It snowed again last night. It's March, damn it. Dr. Casimir Otrovsky sent a letter to Jan Dragunov of how the modern farming initiative will fail. They also knew who was involved in the 90s disappearance. It didn't... that didn't go so well for him, though. Considering he is one of them. No subject. These are the last of what I could find. They know I've been looking into this. If something happens to me, please find. Uh-oh. Evidence letter. Refer to research notes 144 for details. My dearest daughter, do not fear the sacrifice your mother made. Take the fungi. Not only will you will not only survive, you will thrive. The land will remember your name as it remembers hers. With all the love I can still give, your father. We had an entire 2 days where you could see the sun, then it went back to grayness. As far as I know, that's British weather, Navy. Dear brother, I've read her father's letter. Think about it. If the land feeds on what it is given, then maybe it doesn't have to end in ruin. Maybe this is how we survive. It's no wonder she never seemed to age all this time. I need to test it. A few small trials just to see. The thought alone has kept me awake for days. I know how it sounds, but this could change everything. Imagine what we could do for the next 50 years. Dear brother, time is running out. I think I'll have to start soon. Jan invited some expert after your clumsy mistakes, but I think I can handle them. Perhaps your trials were not failures. You said they passed in their sleep? It might be the best solution to make it as painless as possible. It's the best we can do for what we're asking of them. For the loss of a few, there is still many. Is everything alright? Okay, I'm not learning anything. I can't even call her by the name she actually uses. I have to use her fucking Wikipedia name. That's the wrong one. Is everything alright, Volha? Are you there? You're not getting an answer. That's almost worse. Town Hall. Contract terminated. Hello, I'd like to apologize for Volha Dragonova's actions as of late. Unfortunately, we've decided to terminate your contract. Please cease all prior investigations and send your invoice to the Town Hall. Your services will be paid in full. Thank you for your cooperation. It's not Volha, but something is not correct. Oh, is it Jan? It's probably Jan. That fucker. Jan Dragunov. That was a good guess, or perhaps you're simply more perceptive than I gave you credit for. Tell me, what's driving you now? Curiosity? Guilt? Or the need to be right, no matter the cost? You're probably the only one to understand. Too much blood has spilled in Koslovka. Volha and I didn't know what we were uncovering, but now we do, and the world deserves to know. They're feeding people to the mushrooms. Stubborn as a rock. Can you imagine getting an email with the subject line stubborn as a rock and nothing else? You are naive to think that simply telling everyone is going to solve anything. Truth doesn't heal, it spreads, it divides, it consumes. Fine. I'll let you continue your investigation. You already have everything you need. Perhaps you'll understand the position I've been forced into. Start from the beginning. Okay. He caved easily, he did. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here are my letters. Dear brother. You're gonna need your tinfoil hat again. I'm not convinced that Jan is on our side here. I think Jan's gonna feed us to the mushrooms. Okay. The letter was written by so-and-so addressed to blank. It suggests the tragedy was a ritual to cultivate more... Well, we know that one is the fucking mushrooms. Okay. Tragedy, the letter before. My dearest daughter, do not fear the sacrifice your mother made. Oh. Oh, no. Okay. I think that Bohan addressed this to... Who was there first? Was it? Not Volha. Lilia? Well, no. Lilia was the sickly one. This would be the Winter Festival, or the Winter Massacre even. Festival Massacre. And it would have been addressed to Lilia as well. This letter here. But this letter was only read during the animal killings. And I think it didn't work during the animal killings because animals are not people, and that didn't feed the Drake and Oak. Something's not correct. Okay. Who... Start from the beginning. We're here. My dearest daughter, do not fear the sacrifice your mother made. Take the fungi, and you will not only survive, you will thrive. The land will remember your name as it remembers her, with all the love I can still give, your father. This was definitely Bodan. Have we looked at the animal killings one? Witnesses mentioned they saw a red glowing dot darting around the area when the mutilation supposedly took place. This sparked a short-lived legend of an angry spirit in the forest. The police stated that this was a baseless rumor. So that's definitely the witch. But that was 1965. Oh, we can go back to our other reports. That's nice. Okay. The witch's true name. They were responsible. Okay. Nova, they had a child who was born sickly. The only one we ever heard about being sickly. Looking at your global weather radar, and yeah, Zircon, you're pretty purple. Alas. Right? Nope, not right. Okay. Attila and Mstislav were brothers. 1963 underscored. Yeah. Yes, Navy is among the British Isles. Her brother pursued medicine after being inspired by her childhood stories of being sickly, which damaged her eye. So that was Lilia. Okay, so this is when the next one, the letter was recovered in 1965. What tragedy happened in 1965? That's 1990. That's 90s. 1965. Okay. I wonder what the weather is in Koslovka. It's a good question. I'd wager cold. Since I feel like the tendency is to believe that every Eastern European country is, like, got the weather of Siberia for some reason. I don't know, I guess they haven't really done that in this. Okay, what am I missing here? The first letter is 1892. The sacrifice. What's not right here? Chat, anyone got ideas? Am I missing something obvious? I'm starting from the beginning. Plus 15. 0 to plus 15. That's so unfair. It's like cold as shit here. It's not even that cold, but it's not March weather, I'll tell you that. And tomorrow, I'm slated for another migraine, basically. It's supposed to swing from negative 15 to plus 5. I'm gonna be dying. It's a good thing I don't have to do anything tomorrow. Okay. What have I got wrong here? Start from beginning. Dearest daughter, do not fear the sacrifice your mother made. So it's gotta be the winter festival killing. Festival massacre. And it's gotta be Lilia. And the reason she has lived so long is because she took the symbiotic ergo. As evidenced in this. No wonder she never seemed to age all this time. I need to test it, just a few small trials. Okay. No. Dear brother. Okay, when was the summer plague? It's not right. If the land feeds on what it is given, so this must be the animal killings. But who was responsible for the animal killings? Tomorrow for me it will be cloudy with light rain, with highs of 12 degrees and lows of 5. So in other words, the same as every other day in British history. Navy, I have beef about that. When I was in Britain, I was like very excited because I like rainy weather. I love that kind of weather and I was so excited for it. And we were there for like over a week and it rained once while we were there and it was sunny the entire rest of the time. And I always remember the quip my classmate had for me, which was, "You've got it wrong. British weather isn't rain, it's disappointment." Visit the Isles more often. They're so far away, Stump. I would. I could actually do Wordle at the same time as Navy. And get it to be sunny weather. Okay. The letter was written. It must have been written by Bodan. She was known in the community to set everything aside for the sake of her family. It's often said that tourists bring good weather with them. That's funny. The letter, from the start, was written by Bodan. It must have been addressed to Lilia. And refers to the festival massacre. Because that was the first one that happened. The second letter rediscovers the first letter. And they attempted to just kill a bunch of pets and hope that it would work. But who did the animal killings? I know we already figured that out, but I don't remember. Okay. Attila Dragunov. I think the witch did the animal killings. The witch is Ilia. Or Lilia, even. Witch's true name is Lilia Dragunova. They were responsible for the tragedy animal killings. So, it's not the witch. Because it was, I read her father's letter. Okay, do we have a family tree on the Dragunovs? Doesn't seem like it. We have Alina and Bogdan. Bodan, even. Bogdan. We have Attila. Do we know who Attila's parents were? I don't think so. The family that governs the town of Koslovka. I don't think Lilia has done any governing. I think that she works as a witch. Which, I mean, I guess that's good work. I'm lost. Not really what I wanted to do. Oh, I don't even know what's wrong here. Chat, any ideas? Do you like bring here rain gizmo thing from Malcolm 3? I don't think yeah, I definitely I would not have made that yet. Malcolm 3 only started a year ago. I was in England a little while ago. A long ass time ago now. It's been like a handful of years. Okay. Koslovka. We'll start from the beginning in more ways than one. The letter. This letter. My dearest daughter, do not fear the sacrifice your mother made. But the only one that was ill, the only person we know to be sickly was Lilia. I feel like I've just got an assumption here that I'm stuck on. That's Volha. No wonder she never seemed to age. But then the next letter... I mean, it's quite recent, as in it happened in my adult life. But it would have been... a good while... I mean, I guess it's kind of recent. I don't know. Hard to say. There's something that's not adding up here. Clearly, because I'm getting it wrong. But this letter refers to someone. Yeah, probably like 2 years ago. Hold on. Let me ask my photo app. England. 2023. So 3 years ago. Ish. I don't want cheap viewers. I'm happy with the ones I've got now. They're free. Okay. I read her father's letter. Think about it. If the land feeds on what it is given, then maybe it doesn't have to end in ruin. So it's not addressed to Lilia. But then who was ill? I feel like we don't know many women in the Dragunov family. We know of Volha. We know of Alina. And we know of Lilia. Am I missing anyone? I'm also a little curious what the hint system looks like. Oh, I have to hold it down. Okay. That's too... You can leave? You're free! No, you can't leave. You were free to obtain. Okay. So it's written by Bodan. I still don't know who it was addressed to. Because the witch was responsible for the animal killings. So that's who was writing the second letter. Your brother, I read her father's letter. Oh no, you have to stay here with the cool people you like talking to. It's not Volha. Because she was just Attila's wife. Not Volha. Lilia is the adoptive elder sister. Although she acted more as a caregiver to the two boys rather than a sibling. (1963). I feel like we're missing someone. Alina was the one who committed the festival massacre. Was used to cultivate symbiotic ergo in order to treat somebody's illness. This one's really got me stumped. Forgive the pun. I'll let you continue your investigation. You already have everything you need. Perhaps you'll understand the position I've been forced into. Start from the beginning. I've started from the beginning. First letter was written by Bodan. It is about Alina, but I don't know who it was addressed to. I really might need hint system, but I don't like that I have to hold it down. Like, it's giving me a lot of time to say no, don't turn on the hint system. Okay. (1992). 1965. Wait. Wait. Okay, hold on. I think I'm right about this. I think I'm wrong about this. Because instead of going off of this letter, I think it might be the Battle of the Forest. Where's my thing? German documents showed that the occupation was not a simple invasion, but also to investigate an event that happened in the late 1800s. These documents were given to the local police force, and this letter is evidence. So I think it might be the Battle of the Forest instead. Yes! Okay. The letter was written by Bodan Dragunov, addressed to Lilia Dragunova. It suggests that the Tragedy Festival Massacre was a ritual to cultivate more symbiotic ergo in order to treat Lilia Dragunova's illness. This letter was lost to time, only to be found during the tragedy Battle of the Forest. Okay. Continue. On it. Continue. Attempting the ritual Lilia caused the tragedy, animal killings. It failed to achieve results. When they were caught, Lilia took the letter and sent it to Dr. Mstislav. In their excitement, Dr. Mstislav caused the tragedy, the summer plague. Something's not correct. Alright. Not Lilia. This one. Dear brother, I read her father's letter. So this... No wonder. All this time I just need to test it. A few small trials, just to see. The thought alone has kept me awake for days. I know how it sounds, but this could change everything. I think Mstislav sent this... Sent the letter to Jan. Or not to Jan, to Attila, even. Nope. Okay. Ilya Dragunova caused the tragedy, animal killings, and it failed. It didn't do anything. When they were caught, I think it must be when were the animal killings? Hold on. It just says in 1965. Well, I guess we're gonna try this one then. Let's see if they give us a date. Saw a red glowing dot darting around. Nope. So that's Lilia. 1965, a tragedy occurred. It was revealed that dozens of animals were found mutilated at the foot of the Draken Oak. We know that Lilia did that. When they were caught, Lilia took the letter and sent it to Dr. Mstislav, I assume. That's what he's talking about here. I read her father's letter. Think about it, if the land feeds on what it is given, then maybe it doesn't have to end in ruin. Maybe this is how we survive. It's no wonder she never seemed to age all this time. I just need to test it, and then it's just a few small trials would be... Okay, when they were caught... Dear brother, I read her father's letter. Think about it. This... seems to be written by Dr. Mstislav. Attempting the ritual, Lilia Dragunov caused the tragedy, animal killings. It failed to achieve results. When they were caught... Someone took the previous letter and sent it to Dr. Mstislav. I guess it would be Attila that Dr. Mstislav is responding to here? Yes, okay. Attempting the ritual, Lilia Dragunova caused the tragedy, animal killings. It failed to achieve results. When they were caught, Attila Dragunov took the letter and sent it to Dr. Mstislav Dragunov. In their excitement, Dr. Mstislav caused the tragedy, summer plague. Keep going. You're almost there. After the incident, you invited... I know that one. Dr. Casimir to research the symbiotic ergo. While the research was underway... What was the last one? Dear brother, time is running out. I think I'll have to start soon. Jan invited some expert after your clumsy mistakes, but I think I can handle them. Perhaps your trials were not failures. You said they passed in their sleep. It might be the best solution to make it as painless as possible. It's the best we can do for what we're asking of them. For the loss of a few, there is still many. This was sent by Attila. To Dr. Mstislav. This would be the 90s disappearances. While research was underway, someone started the ritual once again, causing the tragedy 90s disappearance. Was it Attila? What's the story now? Okay, the story now... So the previous one was... We'll go back. The letter was written by Bogdan, addressed to Lilia, and it tells us that the festival massacre was a ritual to cultivate more of the magic mushroom. Not that. More symbiotic ergo that made Lilia well and made her live 200 plus years. I guess not at that point, 100 plus years. This letter was lost to time. Attempting the ritual, Lilia tried to do it herself without killing people and killed a bunch of animals, but it got nothing. So Attila took the old letter from the 1800s and sent it to his brother, who got excited and was like, okay, well, I'll try, and then killed a bunch of people. And I think it worked. No, I don't think the summer plagues worked. I think it was the 90s disappearance that worked. Hold on, when were the summer plagues? Oh. No, this worked. $1990. So Dr. Mstislav, it worked. But this is after that. After the incident, you invited Dr. Kasimir Ostrovsky to research the symbiotic ergo. While research was underway, someone started the ritual once again, causing the tragedy 90s disappearances. This must be Attila. Casimir was suspicious and tried to notify you. We know that. Where's the letter? I'm sorry, Jan, but it is impossible. The land is too reliant on the symbiotic ergo. Without it, we just can't. Maybe decades later something can change, but the damage is too dire. Your proposal will fail. This was Dr. Casimir. And tried to notify you. However, the letter was intercepted by Attila. Because... for some reason, Attila had this letter. I was assuming that his was Jan, but it must have been Attila the whole time. After the incident, you invited Dr. Kasimir Ostrovsky to research the symbiotic ergo. While the research was underway, Attila started the ritual once again, causing the tragedy 90s disappearance. Dr. Casimir was suspicious and tried to notify you. However, the letter was intercepted by Attila and killed him. This alerted you of the crime. Well done. I'm assuming you already figured out what happened next. You killed Attila. He was the last victim of the 90s disappearances. There isn't enough evidence, but I can make a calculated guess. My father. He may have been my father, but by the end, he wasn't the man I knew. When I learned what he'd done, what he intended to continue, I had to end it. It was foolish, because in the end the burden fell onto me, the irony of it all. Some truths rot everything they touch. Do you understand why the past has to stay buried? Koslovka is too reliant on the symbiotic ergo. The town was built on death, on rituals disguised as tragedies, and it's been feeding on that ever since. Do what you must. Casimir only confirmed what I was too scared to admit myself. The town is built on blood, and to an extent the country of Zarnava. If we stop the process, people will starve. But what's a measly few to sacrifice only every 50 years? It was a curse inherited by my family, but I've grown tired of the charades. I think in my heart I wanted someone to know. I won't stop you from doing what you think is right. I only wished my mother wouldn't need to know. What did he do to his mom? Her last email was like, panicked. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Alright, chat, what do we think is right? Do we publish the article? Do we delete the evidence? Or do we burn the tree? If we publish the article, I mean, I don't really think anything's gonna happen. They're just gonna think it's another creepy story about a small town. If we delete the evidence, things go on fine and dandy. Percy left. And he wants to leave my room entirely. He doesn't want to play his bad trick anymore. Burning the tree is by far the most chaotic option. I will be condemning like half of a country to starve. And I also think it won't work and it'll kill me. So if we want that to happen... I should have saved before I did this. Oh well. As a fellow tree, I think, Yeah, deleting the evidence, a bunch of people die every 50 years, and that's not great. I feel like publishing the article is the right thing to do as far as, like, journalistic integrity goes. I don't think that Jan is gonna pay me anymore. Maybe. He seems like a nice dude. He might. And then maybe I could, like, have an addendum to the article and be like, we need other agricultural methods so that we don't all starve when this town stops sacrificing 50 people. Not 50 people, sacrificing people every 50 years. What do you think? This is, like, the best option, probably. But I do want to know what burning the tree does. It's like the story of Chikawa? Stump, you must enlighten me. I don't know anything about Chikawa. I just know they're cute little animals, and there's knights with teeth for some reason. Okay. Knights with teeth are kind of cool. Okay, what are we doing here? What are we gonna do? If chat doesn't have an answer, then maybe my friends do. Maybe I'll just give them these 3 options and say, pick. Except I will put a spoiler on it for Max. some Chikawas die, and the food resources around the Chikawa town renew once again, and the proper explanation doesn't exist, but that's what the story is implying. That's nuts. That's something. Okay, I sent the image, but with the header, Max, do not look. I don't know, all of these feel very definitive. I know this is the end of the game. What do I feel is right? I mean, I feel publishing the article is right. But I want to know what happens if I burn the tree. That's the problem with video games. Like, you're supposed to get into the mindset of it. But whenever something like this happens, it's like, it's very easy for me to step out and be like, okay, but chaos. There's no consequences other than the made-up ones in the video game world. There's no consequences here. Yeah, that's the problem, but Jan asked me to do what I think is right. I'm gonna publish the article. Detention notice. Ah, shit. Okay, well that didn't really work for me. Don't boo me. Zarnava Internal Security has flagged you for unauthorized disclosure of classified material. Your residence is under surveillance. Agents will arrive within 2 hours to take you into custody. Processing will occur at the National Center. 1 phone call will be permitted. Remain at your registered residence until an agent arrives to avoid escalation. Well, I went to jail. But I did what was right. Wow. This is a very... serves you right for being boring. Good luck being in jail. So rude. Very Spartan credits. This is like a mostly one-man project. That's very cool. One-person project, I guess. I don't know. There's my photo. Thank you for playing. This project is a labor of love, and we hope you enjoyed the experience as much as we enjoyed creating it. Your game is saved just before the last report. Yes! Let me back in. Alright, we're burning the tree now. Koslovka is too reliant on the symbiotic ergo. Arson! Oh, a paper letter. Thank you for doing what I spent my whole life wishing I could. Every time I tried, I thought of what dying would mean, and I faltered. I was too scared, but now I've lived a much longer life than I needed. If Koslovka survives, I pray it remembers you more kindly than it will remember me. Lilia. Aww. Wow. I like this art better. Bones said to burn the tree, and Fitz said to delete the evidence, so... Alright, well now we have to check the last one. We must. We simply must. Sorry, I'm speedrunning it. It's almost break time. Delete the evidence! Are you there? Things are quiet. The fields are green again. The harvest looks like it'll be strong this year. My son hasn't said much, but he brushed it all off as a misunderstanding. Guess some things don't change, but I can't help but feel like there's still something wrong. I know you've not replied to my previous emails, but please, give me a sign. Aw, Volka. Yeah, I just fucked off in that one. Alright, well, in my real ending, I went to jail. In chat's real ending, arson. Arson did kind of seem like the good ending, even if it meant a lot of people starving. Does this game have any achievements? Looks like it. It doesn't look like I've... Oh no, I have. I've got all of them. Lovely. Alrighty, well... that's all I had planned for tonight. Languages. Ooh. Russian. Nice. Let's go find someone to raid. Who's live? It's an early night for me. Hey, M is live. Or Shady Cicada. Shady Cicada's building Lego. Oh, shut up. Resulting in a semi-immortal being dying, a bunch of people starved, and arson. Clearly the good ending. Alright, let's raid Shady Cicada. Sorry, M, but he's building Lego. That was a really fun game. I liked that a lot. Very, very fun. Thank you for enjoying, thank you for joining. I hope you all had fun. I'll be back on Monday. I have no idea what with, but for now I'm off to embroider and re-listen to the new Joshua Burnside album again. It's a very good album. If you haven't listened to it yet, you should. Whoops. Okay. Go say hi to Shady Cicada for me. I will see you on Monday. Goodbye! And good night, Bard Watchers.